Live a new day, see the sky is blue, what a lovely hue. Getting away to a...
Hi, welcome to TIFScene. I'm Drew Brown, and we're sitting down with Toronto-based women's wear designer Sara Duke. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to chat with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Good. So, can you tell us what inspired you to get into fashion?
No. So I think I made the decision a really long time ago.
Okay.
I think I remember being 4 years old.
4 years old.
My grandmother let me on my aunt's sewing machine, and
Okay.
I think it was them. So
Okay.
I don't know if there was so much inspiration, but I always loved sewing,
Okay.
and it just sort of came from there. So it's always been foregone conclusion.
So, can you describe the woman that you designed for?
Yes. The woman I designed for, she really wants to be a lady. She would like to present herself as tidy and as neat and as put together.
Okay, but behind closed doors.
But no, she's just not.
She's a hot mess.
She's like a little bit. Like I try to make clothing that you can ride your bike in and your bike chain falls off and do this. But it's okay because you can wash in the washing machine.
Okay. Without feeling like prissy or like uptight.
Right,
or...
like things that stretch, things that a lot of the clothing I make is actually the same back to front, so your baby can barf on you, or you just kind of turn your clothes around kind of thing. So yeah, she'd really like to be, she's an adult.
She is an adult, okay.
You know, not all the time.
Not all the time. And what was the inspiration behind your most recent collection?
I started with which spring?
Spring, it could be spring, yeah.
Okay, spring. I started with the fabric. I found just this dead stock, 100 yards of this dead stock watercolor fabric that had just such a great weight to it.
Okay.
And from there, everything else happened. It was like I was working around that fabric, but it was definitely the fabric that started.
Is that usually your process? Is it fabric first and then ideas come to you, or is it ideas and then sometimes it could be then you find the fabric?
It's almost always starts with fabric.
Fabric.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. And does your design aesthetic reflect your own personal style?
Yes. Because I am that.
You are that girl.
I am that girl. Like absolutely. Like on paper, I have this. Like I'm married.
Yeah.
My husband and I own a house. I I run a business, but I'm sloppy and drink coffee like this. I just I want, and then yes. So it very much reflects like my own personal. Falling asleep in my clothes, like kind of, that sort of, hot mess,
Okay, good. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, I think
there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, exactly. Okay, can you fill in the blank for me? After each collection, I like to...
I don't know. I like to take a break? No, I don't know.
How do you, it's like to unwind after each collection, I like to...
There's never an end.
There's never an end.
It's always, it's always once one collection is finished, we're starting with the other one. So, ask me again. Okay, ask again.
Okay, fill in the blank.
Uh-huh.
To unwind after each collection, I like to
start a new collection.
So I understand. Most people say they like to have drinks, but
no, that's just like a daily.
That's just a daily thing. A daily thing.
There's
But there's lots of drinks. There's drinks in there.
Yeah, there's drinks and there's like I work by myself, right? So like 4 p.m. I'm like, let's do this, whatever.
Okay.
No, I don't like go out for drinks. You're
already sloshed.
It's not fair. It's actually because I actually just started drinking.
Okay.
So between the age of, I don't know when you start drinking, and 30, I never really drank because I used to have a store. So
okay.
I always had to be awake and present and alive the next day.
The
So
next
it was
day,
never
yeah.
really very fun to stay out until 3 o'clock in the morning
Yeah, absolutely.
or be hungover because, and then, you know, the day after that, I would also have to be at the store. So
Yeah.
it was never, there was never an opportunity. But now I don't have the store, and, you know, if I want to sleep until 8:30 or 9 or
You can do
I
it.
can do it.
Exactly.
No one's keeping track of me.
And are
It's
you
nice.
able, and the ideas in terms of, so once a collection is done, you give birth to it and you're on to the next.
Yeah, I am. It's like designing a collection. I guess it's like a process. There's always that initial panic of, I should have started a week ago. And wait, I have no idea what I'm doing. I think I'm going to do this. It's a terrible idea. And then, you know, I start building samples and they're all terrible or they all, you know, nothing's quite right. And I always like, every time I want to go the easy route and then then everything gets lined and everything gets understitched and everything gets, you know, just
Yeah.
polished that little bit more. So, yeah. And then I start again.
Then you start
Yeah.
again. So how has your collection evolved from your, from your initial passion being like 4-year-old
Mhm.
girl at a, sewing machine to
Mhm.
now? Like, how has it evolved over the years?
I actually think that, I don't know if it hasn't. So, before I went to school, I had a very sort of simple aesthetic, and I always had the opinion that, like, things should function, things should be functional and
Mhm.
work well.
Okay.
And then when I got into school, I felt so much pressure to make things, like, fancy and frilly and, like, use all the tricks that I was learning.
Okay.
And then when I got out of school and I eventually started my own line, like, things just went back to that sort of calm, sleek, how can I change this design and update it for next season without, making it insane. That being said, I do some crazy things every once in a while, but
Yeah.
for basically my own amusement.
For your
They don't really, they're in the collection, but stores are like, like, that's nice. Yeah.
So what motivates you to continue to stay in this kind of crazy world of fashion?
I think it is that continuous cycle of, like, one collection's done, you've already started another one, you're doing sample making and production for the following, or you're doing sample making for a year in advance and production for 5 months in advance, and you're trying to finish off the, last bits of whatever season you're actually in, kind of thing. And I don't know, like, I don't see enough pause
Yeah.
to stop.
But do you ever have those moments where you're just kind of like, okay, I'm downside it, or do you ever do you have like a fashion block where you just like ideas are not coming to you, or just kind of like...
Yeah, and it's always at the beginning of the collection, and when I'm, when things are terrible, I always, one of my best friends is an artist, and she's always like, if I wasn't an artist, I'd be an accountant. And I'm like, that makes no sense. And if I wasn't a fashion designer, I'd be a police officer.
Oh, wow.
You ready? Because I'm tough and angry. Yeah, like I was like,
Okay.
today would be a good day to be a police officer.
You have those words, but yeah, luckily you haven't.
No, I believe that is a pipe dream. I can't really do a push-up, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll leave that one.
We'll leave that one.
But that's where my mind goes when I'm, if I wasn't a fashion designer, I would be X, that kind of thing.
Gotcha. So, what would be your theme song and why?
Oh, I think it would be probably Eye of the Tiger.
Oh, okay.
So I love Rocky. I love Rocky 1 through 6.
Okay.
When people ask me what my favorite movie is, I literally say Rocky 1 through 6. Because
Okay.
how do you pick? Really? Like, they're so good. And I know Eye of the Tiger actually doesn't show up until Rocky 3, where he fights.
I didn't even know that.
He fights Clever Lang, aka Mr. T.
Oh, see, I thought Eye the Tiger was straight
No.
off.
Actually, there's a song that does go through all of them, a random soul song from the 50s. But Eye of the Tiger was yeah.
Wow.
They're Rocky.
You learn something new every day.
Yeah. I know them because I frequently watch Rocky. And by the end, I'm always like so proud of them. I'm like, yes, Rocky, you did it.
You did it.